Hi YouTube, so it's time for another garden update. So there's not much going on inside. Pretty much all that's left is the garlic and the carrots. So we'll start outside today. Check out my porch of green. Oh yeah. So here we have a bell pepper, doing pretty well. Here's one of the beefsteak tomatoes. Here's two of the beefsteak tomatoes. As you can see, we have flowers, but no tomatoes yet. And the leaves are curling a bit. I'm a little concerned that they may not have enough room. I mean, it's been raining all day. Soil's not exactly wet, but gotta figure out how to keep them happy. Here is the potato in a pot. So you can see it got big. It did flower, and the flowers are gone. So we probably have potatoes. I should probably double check and see when I'm supposed to harvest, because I'm not entirely sure. And there's Murphy. No, you can't eat it. Can't eat it. Murphy is our new blue heeler puppy, and he is learning his manners. What he is chewing on is the Mexican gherkins I got, and if we go in close, you can see that we've got little pickles started. Well, cucumbers. Turn them into pickles. Down here on the bottom, where he was trying to chew, they are definitely forming. And these are going to look kind of funky, like little watermelons. Here's another one. So that'll be fun when those are ready to go. Besides the 3 beefsteak tomatoes on the porch, there is one Roma over here, and he's doing good. He's going to go out in the garden with the rest of the Romas. I just need to get him out there. Here is the Spicy Glow basil. It's pretty much gone to town and is over. Oh, sorry if the camera shakes. Murphy just jumped on me. Yeah. And there are our sweet peppers. We moved them actually out of the garden into a container because the bugs were eating them and they weren't doing too well. So we actually, is probably the only plant that has gone from the garden into a container instead of vice versa. But they're doing really well. And over here we have the hot wax pepper. Oh, no, not for eating. The Hungarian hot wax pepper. He hasn't messed with any of the containers. It's just because I'm paying attention to them. And here is the Anasazi. These have just sprung up in the last week or so and have really gotten big, and it looks like, if we get in close here, we've got the start of some flowers, I think. I'm not sure if these will flower and turn into beans or if they'll just grow beans. So I'm super excited to get a yield from those. Again, this is just, I planted 5 beans, 4 came up, and we'll see what we get out of them. Now let's go over to the garden and take a look at what we've got going on over there. So here is the garden. As you can tell, we missed a critical couple of weeks of weeding, and now we are pretty much overrun with grass. The good news is, despite the grass, the plants are doing really well. So let's go in and take a look. Here is the spaghetti squash. I came out and checked on these this morning, and I was like, better progress than last year. We've actually got flowers. But then I came over here, and look, my first spaghetti squash. I can't even tell you how excited I am about that. Hopefully all of these flowers will become squash, and I will be up to my ears in spaghetti squash. That is like my hope and my wish and my dream, is just to have spaghetti squash all year, all the time. Oh. Hold on. Sorry about that. Murphy got himself stuck in the trellis, and he's doing a pretty good job of doing it again. Alright, I think he's learned. Like I said, he's only 2 months, so he's got a ways to go, but he seems to be a quick learner. Alright, so down here is our cucumbers hiding in the grass here. It's like a jungle. As you can see, we've got one pickle almost done. And, ooh, I better move him before I lose my squash. Hold on one second. Alright, I think he got that out of his system. So, moving on. The cucumbers hiding in the grass. Despite that, they are doing well. We're starting to get some cucumbers. Our Tomato Delicious mystery tomatoes are doing very well. They've overgrown their stakes, but not by much. And they're starting to produce tomatoes. These have been here about a week, so I expect them to start turning red soon. And there's more tomatoes over there. And as you can see, tiny little ones starting there. So we'll definitely get a good run of tomatoes. And then over here are the purple bush beans that we planted. And I saw, there it is, right there, starting to get beans. Oh yeah. These actually, I expected them to grow up more and bush out more, and they didn't, but they, you know, basically got to this height, started producing flowers, and now the flowers are turning into beans. So I think we'll get a good yield out of them. They just didn't get nearly as big as I thought they would. They're just kind of spindly. And next to the bush beans, you can see more bell peppers. Again, hidden in the grass. Since these started kind of mid-June, I'm a little concerned that they won't get big enough to produce fruit before it starts getting cold. But we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we'll get some bell peppers. I really like bell peppers. They go good with spaghetti squash. And then over here, last but not least, certainly, is the Roma tomatoes and the cherry tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes are on the back side, and they've got some flowers. The Roma tomatoes are on the front side. And over here, we've got tomatoes. I expect probably not to get as much as I was hoping at all, but I think we'll get a good crop for at least eating. So as far as my tomato sauce canning plans, I'll probably have to go to a produce auction or something to get the tomatoes to make the sauce, but for what's going on in the garden and for this learning process this year, I'm pretty happy with what we've got so far. So probably in the next couple of weeks or so, we'll be eating tomatoes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then in the fall, probably in a month or so, I'm hoping, the spaghetti squash will be done. Or at least mostly ripened, and we'll be harvesting those. Cucumbers are almost there, so hopefully next time I update, I'll actually have some harvest to show. Thank you guys so much for watching and being a part of this gardening experience. If you guys have any tips on how to keep the grass out of the garden, that would be fantastic. Murphy loves the garden. Yeah. Yeah, you do. Don't ya? Oh, he loves the garden. Oh, he loves it. Hopefully he'll leave some for us.